So we got a new game out right now that everybody's buying on Xbox Live Arcade. Turtles in Time Reshelled. Now, how can you go wrong with a remake of one of the greatest games of all time? One of my personal favorite games of all time. The original Turtles in Time for Super Nintendo. Excellent classic. Great simplistic combat. Good graphics for the 16-bit era. But I have to say, this remake, I'm sort of disappointed. Uh, the game's combat feels broken because the moves that you can perform in close quarters, the slam, where you can slam a foot soldier from side to side, and the throw into the screen, they feel almost random, even though they're not supposed to be. They work the same way as the Super Nintendo version. And you see that's weird because in the arcade version, those attacks were random. And they're so unresponsive on the 360, they feel random, even though they're not. So, I mean, that's a major part of the fighting system in this game, the combat, because you don't really have a lot of attacks in this game. You have a button to simply attack. 3 hits gets you a little combo. You got a jump button. And you have a separate button now for your special attack. Now, in the original Turtles in Time, you didn't have a separate attack button. You pressed jump and attack at the same time, simultaneously, and you would get that additional attack. And it would drain some of your health in return for that more powerful attack. Now, it doesn't drain your life at all in this game, and it's a pretty useful tool, and I don't have a problem with that, because it just made the game more difficult. And Turtles in Time is a pretty difficult game, so I don't have a problem with just toning it down a little bit. But something else about this game, the graphics. They're in HD, but they don't really look that good. They could have did so much more, and I don't like the fact that these turtles are the turtles from the newer cartoon, not the old one, which is what Turtles in Time was originally based upon. So, I mean, if this game was released for nostalgic purposes, which you know it was, why would they cater to the newer cartoon fans and not the old ones? I mean, that's who's probably going to be buying this game. But I mean, that aside, I mean, this game just doesn't look that great compared to the 16-bit version. I think that's pathetic. I mean, they made the graphics 3D and all, but they don't look as vibrant. The 16-bit version was so vibrant and colorful, and this one just looks dull and washed out. The foot soldiers are a great example of the colors used in this game. So dull. The blue foot soldiers, I mean, the colors don't look great. I mean, the blue foot soldier in the 16-bit version was very bright and vibrant, and the blue just seemed to jump off the screen. Same thing went for the red and all the other colors. There was even a pink one. Man, that guy got the short end of the stick when he got his suit. But man, I mean, it's really pathetic that we've come so far from the Super Nintendo as far as graphics go. I mean, just look at the games today that we got for 360 and PS3, and the fact that they can't make it even a little bit better than a 16-bit game is just inexcusable. And there's no reason why the combat should be broken. I mean, you gotta understand, when you're remaking such a great game, you better be careful. You better not butcher it in any way. And they already did. And what's the deal with Leatherhead? They took Leatherhead from the original cartoon, who wore a hat and everything and a jacket, and they give us the Leatherhead from the new cartoon. I mean, at least they give us the Fly Baxter Stockman, but they say, oh no, we're going to stick the new Turtles cartoon Leatherhead in there. I mean, what the hell were they thinking? I mean, okay, the level layouts are basically the same, and and so that's great. I mean, at least they stay true to the original for the most part. But things like the graphics and combat just falling apart just is a major turnoff. I played through the game already, and I beat it with one continue. I'm gonna continue to play it on Xbox Live. Uh, I've got one of my friends who's got it, and so we're gonna get a lot of replay value out of that. Trying to get all the achievements and everything. There's not a lot of achievements in it, and some of them are really stupid. One of them actually makes you intentionally get shocked. It's called the "See My Bones" achievement, and it actually makes you get shocked by the electricity. What the hell? I mean, I've never heard of such an achievement. That's ludicrous. Who the hell came up with that? But this is sort of a recommendation for you to get that game. Just to check it out. I hear people complain about it's too expensive. I mean, it's only 1,200 Microsoft points. I wouldn't kill you to try it out. It's not really a bad game. But if you have a Super Nintendo and where you can get a copy of Turtles in Time, I mean, it's probably going to cost you like $20 to go get the one for Super Nintendo. I think that's a better value. It's only a little bit more money, and trust me, if you've never played the game before, you'll be more satisfied with that old version. Because it just shows you, sometimes you just can't beat the classics, and that's definitely the case here.